Calling us? Oh, oh, oh. Yeah. I thought is that the suicide is not evil because a person who commits a suicide does not try to harm another person. A person who commits a suicide does not think of another person, does not try to harm that other person. A suicide thought just comes. A person cannot control a suicide thought. A suicide thought is not evil. Did I have a suicide thought? No. For a few months, I just did not want to live and was just curious about a not unpleasurable way out. It happened because I was physically ill, not knowing that I was ill, and I did not do an important to me thing. It happened before being 25 years old, so it doesn't matter. I did not have hope, but I did not have it either. What is hope? I thought that something good will happen. I did not know future, and there was enough time for something good to happen by itself. Something good can happen, but because I try to make it happen. Something good will happen if it will be sunny and I go in sun today. There is a tree outside my window. That tree does not know what hope is but lives okay. That tree enjoys sun and it is enough. What I dislike in a topic about a suicide is like, oh, a human's life is more important than an animal's. Why is that? Because a human is smarter? A computer is smarter than a human. Me, without technology, is a 100% animal. Let us mention an animal suicide. Yes, so let us mention. A story about the lemming suicide turned out to be fake. I thought is that the suicide can be right. I do not blame a person who commits a suicide. A person likes buckwheat. Another person dislikes buckwheat because it lacks fat and has a distinct flavor of buckwheat. Buckwheat is a part of life, but another part is similar. An unhappy person can live 100 years. 100 unhappy years are a punishment, not a reward. Who knows what a person likes and dislikes? That person himself. Metaphorically, a person does not accept inheritance if it consists of debts, like when an inherited house is mortgaged. Law-wise, a right to live is not an obligation to live. A person should have a right to get help from a state to commit a suicide. Alcohol leads to a suicide. If a person has a right to buy alcohol, then he should have a right to that help. Joking and not. A thought is that if the person wants to commit a suicide because something bad happens, then it is better than usual unhappiness. Because improvement has begun already. I forget with time, time heals. It is said that there are 8 billion people, so many that people cannot be counted. If a person cared about everyone's opinion, then he would not have time to breathe, would not have time to live. Yeah, my opinion does not matter too. My opinion is that if a cat has 9 lives, then his owner should have two. Joking and not. If a person died, then I should know that I will die one day too, naturally or whatever. Maybe a tree will follow me. That tree outside my window. A thought is that if the person is at least 25 years old, if he tried to find love based on his opinion, if he tried to become happy, and if he is unhappy, then a suicide is right. 4 conditions. A person who is less than 25 years old is stupid. That person does not think. That person does not differ himself from a stone. A kid commits a suicide similarly to a stone blown down from a cliff. Love, because it is a special thing, I will try to make a text about love. It is said that the person who commits a suicide says, "No one cares." Well, the person is right. No one cares except a loving spouse. What I think is that it is up to people to care or not, and up to me is to do what I think is important. In order to become happy, a person can find our text about happiness. It is said that 3 out of 4 suicides happen under influence. It is said that the man drinks alcohol 4 times more than the woman. It is said that the man commits a suicide 4 times more than the woman. I do not know how to cure addiction, and it is said that addiction on a mental level cannot be cured. It is said that in communism there are twice less suicides than in capitalism. What? Just another political system and twice less suicides. Another political system means another way to treat people.